Hey everybody, so today is a little video detailing some of the purchases that YouTube had heavily influenced for me. YouTube made me buy it. There are quite a few things here that YouTube made me buy, and sometimes I'll be mentioning the channels from which I draw inspiration in terms of my purchases. A lot of those are like not super recent, but definitely that has been influenced for me. These products are products that I bought because of specific YouTubers, and I'll tell you about them. So first and foremost, these two IT Cosmetics picks I love. Some of the things I'll be talking about I will think are worth it. Some of them are not, in my opinion. And again, it's just my opinion, but that's what I think. So that's what I'm going to tell you. These guys are really good, and both of them were recommended through my watching the channel of Michelle1285. I think that's her user ID. She's so lovely. I really like her. I like what she picks for makeup. I like how she does her makeup. So her picks were these two from IT Cosmetics. First and foremost is the Ombre Bronzer. It's called CC Radiance Ombre Bronzer. There's over 16 grams of products in here, so it's going to last you a while. Very nice investment per money, like product per money is very nice. And you have these slightly satin side, and you have an absolutely matte side, and anything in between. The satin side, so I mixed the two right here. So you see that there's not really huge sheen associated even with the satin side. I don't think this is a highlighter, no. But I do think it's a beautiful mixer in with the powder bronzer. I think this looks very natural on skin. It doesn't look like there's shimmer or glitter. It just looks like healthy skin. And for my complexion, this is really lovely. If your complexion is similar to mine, I strongly suggest, this is really shiny, I strongly suggest you check this one out. You might really love it. I think you would. And also the Naturally Pretty palette from IT Cosmetics. I agree, the packaging is kind of crappy. I think it gets dirty easily. I think it looks not the most expensive. This is kind of a cheaper kind of cardboard, if I'm honest. But the selection of colors for my complexion and skin tone and eye color and hair color is fantastic. I think this is a palette that used to have a lot of hype but is now majorly overlooked, and I think it's a shame because the colors are great and the shadows are very buildable and blendable. They're not the ultra pigmented kind that you see everybody and their grandma advertise at the moment. I just don't like those super pigmented heavy fallout shadows. I don't like that. You don't get this with IT formula. IT formula is buildable. I think it's pigmented just enough, but it's not the super pigment that's going to then, you know, be difficult to blend or end up under your eyes, or like you have to do special effects to conceal the fact that you've used a super pigmented shadow. These are just easy. So for everyday makeup, I think that's the way to go. I don't know if you need the Natasha Denona or the Viseart of this world to create a really pretty everyday look. I think why work harder than you have to at your makeup? I don't get it. A couple MAC makeup products. This one I don't remember where I first saw it on YouTube, but it was big when the whole MAC thing was big on YouTube. And this is MAC Harmony. I recently repurchased this because this is actually a really wonderful highlight for fair skin tones. If you're struggling finding, or sorry, highlight, contour color. If you're fair skinned and you're struggling finding a nice cool contour, but not too cool, this is great. This looks super natural. I don't have it on today, so it's not like I'm showing you what it looks like. I don't have any contour on today, just some bronzer. But this guy looks really great as a contour shade on fair skins, and it's so easy to find. It's MAC. So I do recommend it, actually. It's a nice product. Again, hype has died down on it. And a lipstick that I'm still wearing, and I've been through tubes and tubes of it, and I recommend to people all the time, is Patisserie by MAC, and this is a luster finish. This is my perfect nude. I compare other nudes to this nude. This is my basic perfect nude. Right now I'm wearing a clear gloss. This is basically my lip color, but a little bit brighter. Wonderful formula. Smells good, just like all MAC lipsticks do. If you are able to buy cruelty free, then there are lots of dupes I'm sure you can find, but I love this color. And where I heard about this color is from Viviana Does Makeup. Wonderful British YouTuber. I like her makeup style. I think she does really nice minimal sort of easy makeup looks. This is what I like. And I saw this color on her and I went and tried it on years ago and I bought it, and I keep buying it over and over again because it's just such a perfect little color. This product had been hyped by everybody, so I can't really point a finger and say this is the person who I got this inspiration to buy this from, but this is YSL Effet Facile Volume Effect Mascara. Mine is in the black color, obviously. I've been repurchasing this. This is not like my holy grail mascara or the only mascara I'll ever put on my lashes, but it's really good. It has this natural bristle brush. It applies nicely and evenly. I'm wearing it today, by the way. It gives you a fluffy lash, just what I like. It stays on fairly well. It's a really great all-rounder mascara. I think, I'm not sure if I'll be repurchasing this one over and over and over because I'm currently trying some other mascaras that are getting me quite excited, and I do think that you can find really great mascaras at the drugstore. The effect that this has is reminding me of a drugstore mascara that I've tried, and it's a dual-ended Maybelline one. The Falsies range is the purple and black, I think. I've shown it on my channel many times before. It's kind of a similar effect to this one. I like this one. I don't know if it's like all that. I've had better mascaras, to be honest, since I've been buying this one, but it's really good. This liner, again, everybody had raved about. This is Tattoo Liner by Kat Von D. Kind of a brother to, or a sibling to, Stila's Stay All Day. I like the Kat Von D better. I find that the shape of the little calligraphy brush is a little bit easier to use here. And this is a multiple times repurchase for me. I really like this. I think it's the best. I've gotten rid of all of my other liners. I just now have one liquid liner, and it's that one. So that's how much I love it, and I do recommend you go and check it out. It's that good. It's really fantastic. So easy to apply your liner with this. You can do anything from a small kitten flick to a full-on wing liner, like 60s style crazy. You can do whatever you want with this one, and it'll allow you a lot of control. That's why I like it. Next, a couple more lipsticks. This Tom Ford was definitely influenced by the craze that happened with these lipsticks and boys or whatever, that thing of the mini ones came out. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a Tom Ford lipstick. I'm gonna make sure I use it up. I'm going to go and buy myself one and you know, see how much I love it. I'll probably love it. It's a good lipstick. It's a really good lipstick. It's very smooth. It's hydrating. It sits on the lips very well. It wears really long. Mine is in the color 18 Addison. Really, I don't feel like this is like a $50 to $70 lipstick. I'm sorry. I like it. I might even buy another one if I really like a color for the color. But quite seriously, this is, I mean, it's a good lipstick, but it's not like $70 good. I don't know. I wasn't impressed enough by the formula to be like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing I've ever put on my lips. It's good. It's not like, you know, life-changing lipstick. It should be life-changing for $70. It's a good color. I mean, again, this is my kind of nude color, of course. If you compare it with the Petit City, it's probably the same color. Pretty much the same color. You know what I go for. I wanted to make sure I use this thing. Maybe I'll include it in the project pan. I'm not sure if I'll buy another one, only if the color is really fantastic, but it's a good lipstick. I recommend you check it out, but is it worth $70 or $50 or whatever you're paying in your country? I don't think so. I'm sorry. I just don't think so. Then we have a Bite lipsticks, which I do think are worth the $32, I think that they cost, or something around there. I think this is a really great lipstick. I love the range. I have all kinds of lip products from Bite, and I think they are totally worth the money. They are food grade ingredients, really clean, well made, wonderful formulas, great selection of shades. You cannot go wrong. You can find something in their shade range for sure. They're reasonably hydrating. Even the matte ones are kind of hydrating, but they sit on the lips so well. They apply beautifully. One of my favorite formulas, if not my favorite formula of lipstick ever. This particular shade is Pepper. This is my full-time nude. Yes, I go for, this is darker for sure, so it's a little bit more pigment, but it's within the same sort of nudie, pinky, brownie family that I tend to gravitate towards. This is my perfect full-time nude. When this lipstick is done, which is going to be this year, and I don't have a ton of it left, I'm going to be repurchasing this color. And who did I hear it from? Makeup TIA. She's a lovely, wonderful, beautiful redhead. Very calming for me to watch her. I love watching her channel. I still am subscribed. She doesn't post super frequently. I wish she did more postings. But she's the one who turned me on to this particular color, and it looks so beautiful on her. And of course on a redhead, this color looks completely different than on me, but it was just very pretty. She sold it to me. She wore it. I'm like, I'm gonna go try this one in Sephora, and I did, and it was just as good as she was saying it is. And now I have a ton of Bite lipsticks, but I think this was my first Bite lipstick. Now I have like a huge collection and I love them. Next, everybody and their grandma talked about this powder. This is Ambient Lighting Powders from Hourglass. You see that I love this powder, right? It's also in my project pan, and I only put really amazing things into my project pan because I don't want to be using things I don't like. So you see that I've gotten quite a lot of use of this one. This is in Diffused Light. This is the shade that is, I think, best for my skin tone. This is wonderful. I'm wearing it all over my face today. You can see that it gives you a bit of a glow from within, lit up look, and it doesn't make your skin look dry or flaky. It's a very, very pretty powder, and this powder is completely worth the money in my opinion as well. Now for a oilier skin type, this is not going to be a setting powder, this is going to be a finishing powder, but it's a beautiful finishing powder. If you're dry skinned like myself, you can set with this powder. I tend to set my under eyes and my lids with that powder. That's how I prefer to use it. It's up to you how you use these. You can do whatever you want with them. They're illuminating powders. You can put them everywhere, or into a very particular place on your face, whatever you want. Next, again, everybody raved about this one a couple of years ago, and that was Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, or Anastasia Beverly Hills. What is the correct way to say her name? This is in medium brown. I like this dip pomade a lot. This is the favorite of mine for the last couple of months. I just purchased it fairly recently, and I got some good use out of it already. I really like it. I think it's very easy to use. I've used other pomades before, and this is definitely my favorite. It has incredible staying power. It's bulletproof on your brows. The color is really, really good for me. If you're sort of my cooler skin tone, some sort of cooler eye and hair color sort of person, I think this is a good color. It's like a medium brown, like it says, but it has almost a green undertone to it, which looks, for some reason, ultra natural on my skin tone. So I do recommend the Anastasia Beverly Hills, or Anastasia Beverly Hills, ABH. Let's go with that. Next is a cult favorite, and I concur. This is really, really good. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. My color is 1N2 Ecru. ECRU. Keep in mind, I am again neutral to slightly cooler, so this color is not always in stock. I'm sure you can order it online in Sephora, but this color is not completely always in stock. I noticed when I try to pick it up from Estee Lauder or from Sephora, it's not always available in the store. But I do urge you to try this, especially if you have oilier skin types. I think this could be your skin savior. It has incredible staying power, and that's why I have it. I have drier skin type, but this guy holds on to my skin for an eternity. If I have a very long day, I use it. If I have an event to attend to, because this photographs very well, I use it. It applies beautifully with a brush. Beware if you have drier skin type. Like myself, you need to moisturize quite a bit before you apply it, but this one is like a savior. It really lasts well on the skin. So again, this is a thumbs up from me. Couple of sort of products that I did buy because of YouTube and the hype, and I'm kind of not really using a whole lot. They're not bad, but they're not amazing, and I really wanted them to be amazing. First and foremost, Naked 3. And I'm so regretful to say this, and I really was hoping that this was going to work for me because of the color selection. Look at the color selection. I mean, it's beautiful. And for green eyes, for cooler skin tone, this should have been an amazing, amazing pick. And I will explain to you why I don't think that it is. The quality of the shadows is fine. I don't have qualms with Ombre Decay quality. I know what kind of shadows they make and I really like their formulation. I don't mind it. I think it's a good formulation. The problem I have with this is the lack of contrast, and I think other YouTubers had mentioned it as well. But really, after I've used it for about a month, I was like, there's something, I'm missing something in this palette. And you can see there's basically 1.5 dark colors here. The rest of them are either light or mid-tone, so you cannot never create contrast or shape, or it's a watercolor palette, and there is a ton of those out there. And I think that this one, I mean, they could have done a lot more to do a cool toned version. I wanted a cool toned version, and Naked 2 is not quite cool toned. I understand the premise of Naked 2, but after purchasing this, I'm kind of not excited to purchase Naked 2. I mean, I'll continue using it, but I have a feeling, I'm not reaching for it, so I have a feeling I might declutter it in the future. It's just, I mean, it just doesn't excite me. I don't reach for it. And it's a shame because this was not cheap. Another palette that I actually love the quality of, and I really enjoy using, but I haven't been reaching for, is this Chocolate Bar palette by Too Faced. I did try this last month to pull it out and use it for a bit. I was kind of reaching for just a couple of shades that are in here. It smells fantastic. It smells like cocoa powder, and this one does have enough contrast. So this one I'm not mad at like I am at this one. I don't have any objective issues with it. I think I should just try and use it a little bit more. It's beautiful. The shades are beautiful. The shimmers are pretty. The mattes are blendable and buildable. So this one definitely YouTube made me buy it because, oh my God, who hasn't raved about this thing? I'm not reaching for it currently, but it doesn't mean that it's a bad product. This one actually I do recommend. I think this is really worth it. They also thought of us and gave us a couple of lighter shades for highlighting and sort of putting all over the lid, because those are the shades you tend to use the most. At least most of us probably use the most. And the quality of these shadows is good, so I can't really complain. Now, the palette that is an absolute must-have is this guy from Marc Jacobs, and this is the Lolita palette, 206. It's Fleur de Force that turned me into it. She was raving about it. She was using it a ton. She really was excited about it. That's why I went out and bought it. And I love it too. This one I love. I think the selection of colors is just right. I use every single shadow in here. I think they're really good. You can't see them as they are on the camera, I have to say. Well, this is not bad actually. Yeah. This is pretty accurate. So you have your bronzes, your gold, your pink, your taupe, your sort of brown trio, like the basic dark color, mid-tone color for the crease, and a light bone color. Like, this is a great color selection, and I use every single one here. The packaging is fantastic, travel friendly, super travel friendly. If you are a person who does a lot of flying, this is great. So this one I actually do recommend you check out if you want a basic palette. Lolita is bomb, and the packaging is just to die for. So these are some of the things that I have purchased because of YouTube, and it's made me buy them. And some of them I do recommend, most of them I do recommend. So, you know, the YouTubers I do watch, I trust, first of all. And also I kind of feel like we have the same taste in makeup, so I do feel more comfortable following their recommendations because they kind of like the same things I like. Not everybody likes the same things in makeup, so just, you know, make sure to find a trustworthy YouTuber who's not in it for just making money, and make sure to find a YouTuber with tastes similar to yours and you're golden. I think this is a really nice way to get information about products, or to think about new releases or whatever you want to buy. YouTube recommendations really had worked out for me. The only couple of things that I'm not so hot on is this one, the Naked 3, because I just think that this hadn't been thought through as well as it should have been in terms of color selection. And maybe the Tom Ford lipstick. I mean, I'm not convinced that this is... The hype here, I think, is because it's Tom Ford, not because it's an amazing product that is just far superior from anything else on the market. I don't think it's that far off in its superiority floating in the sky or up in the clouds in terms of the formula. The formula is great, but I just don't think that it's special enough to receive as much hype as it has. That's just my opinion. And maybe the mascara. This mascara has been hyped a long time ago, so since then many companies came out with really wonderful mascaras, so the hype died down on this one, rightfully so. There are other mascaras out there in the market that are amazing. Otherwise, I'm super happy with the rest of the things that YouTube made me buy, and I'm going to keep my eye out for anything else that YouTube might make me buy in the future. I will be updating these videos. Of course, it's not new for me to be watching YouTube and taking recommendations of certain YouTubers. And I hope it was fun for you and interesting for you to watch what I would recommend in terms of the hyped products and what I wouldn't. That's it for today. See you guys later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.